Hey everybody, it's Chaymie here and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be unboxing and taking a look at the limited edition Cruella doll from the Disney store. A few of my close friends knew how much I wanted her and they all chipped in together and surprised me with this, so I am so touched. So I also got the free limited edition, this is not limited edition, this is called a collectible key that came with it. Alright, so here is the box. I really love the box design. There's a lot of really punk grunge sketches here. There are some letterings there as well. I don't know what they say, and there's some really nice ornate detail as well. It says Disney Cruella limited edition 1 of 5,400. So she is displayed beautifully in her box, so it's good for non-deboxers as well. This is the side of the box. You can see it says Cruella in like really nice like graffiti type of lettering. And this is the back. So it says Disney Cruella, and you guys can pause and read this little bit if you'd like. So that is pretty much about it for the box, so let's take her out. Oh wow, this is pretty cool. Like, even on the plastic window, there are the graffiti style words that I told you about earlier. I don't know what they say though. Let's read. It says Cruella. I think this is called this says Couture Rebel. Oh, Rebel Heart is what it says. Really cool. I wasn't expecting that, so that's such a really nice touch. All right, and here is the doll in her original box posing. So like always, let's immortalize her and remember her in this way before we take her out. So alright, so she is out of the box, and before we take a look at the doll and her accessories, just let's take a look at the background art of the box. So it's just like a stylized sketched version of the staircase of Baroness's mansion. So before we get to her, let's take a look at the certificate of authenticity. So mine is number 218 out of 5,400. You know, I was hoping for either 101 or 102. That would have been really cool, but still, it's fine. It's just a number, but it still will be pretty awesome if you get 101 or 102. So let me know in the comments below if you know someone who got that number, or if you got 101 or 102. If you did, congratulations. That is so awesome. And she also comes with her cane walking stick. It's pretty nice. I'll show you in close-up detail later. And also her mask. Here is a quick 360 view of the doll. Her dress is actually pretty long, and it does have a train, so I'm really happy about that. Alright, so let's go into the details, and we'll work our way from the top and go towards the bottom. So for her face, I think the face sculpt and the face paint is stunning on this doll, and I honestly think this is the best live action limited edition doll face that they have done so far. It's just amazing. It captures in both the paint and the sculpt the likeness of Emma Stone perfectly. The smile, even down to the expression, is just flawless perfection. I love it so much. And I found the artist who does the prototype face painting for the Disney dolls on Instagram, and she shared a behind the scene look of her original production sample, and I think they have beautifully translated that hand painted sample into the mass production line. So I think it's just amazingly done. Alright, so for the face paint, let's get a little bit closer so you can see the details. So I love the eyeshadow because, okay, I'm gonna use her cane to point. I love the fact that it has a darker ombre shade here, and it goes into the lighter gray as you move towards the back of the head. So I think that's just beautiful. And I also love the painted eyebrows. I always love it when the eyebrows have these little strand details there. I love it so much when they do that. And she has rooted eyelashes. I love it when the rooted eyelashes are not too crazy. I think for the live action dolls, they tend to tame it down. For the animated dolls, sometimes they go way crazy, but you know, fabulous. And she also have a painted cat winged eyeliner there as well, and she has her beauty mark here, and she has this gorgeous red lips, and her face is very pale, but she does have light blushings on her cheeks there as well. And this is the profile of the sculpt. It's very nice. Alright, and for her hair, so her hair is in this really short curly updo. So my doll's hair, I noticed that it's a little bit bigger than what I've seen other people get. Maybe it has less gel, or it got a little bit messy during production, but kind of like it. It's giving me Queen of Hearts vibe almost. But she does have 3 defined curls in the front. This one on this side, this one on this side, and there's also a little one here, as you can see. And while we're on the subject of her face, I also want to go through the mask. So the mask, here it is. It's very nice. I love the sparkly detail on the nose area, because in the movie, the nose bit was all like gems and jewels hand placed on her face. So that's another cool thing that I found out. So the makeup artist of the movie shared on her Instagram that this look, the mask, wasn't a mask in the movie. It was all individually glued and hand placed on her face. So that's pretty cool. I always thought it was just a mask, but actually it was all glued to her face. So it has some feather details there, some whites and some blacks, and it's pretty nice. So it does have the elastic for you to put it on her face, and it also comes with these black ribbons as well. I think I will probably display her without the mask, because I don't like the fact that the mask kind of squishes the hair when you try to put it on her. So, and the color of the hair, this is like almost platinum blonde and white, but this is not pitch black dark, you know, like raven black. It's almost like a very dark brown, I suppose. It shows off very brown in person. Alright, now let's move on to her dress. So for her dress, as you can see earlier, she is dressed in this beautiful red mermaid gown where she wears at the black and white ball scene in the movie. So she has a sweetheart bodice on this side, as you can see, and this part is like a little strap that is pulled towards her neck, and it's attached at her neck, and there's some tatters and little spiky bits in there as well on the back. And she does have little rhinestones on this bit and also on her lining of the bodice. So in the movie, she doesn't have rhinestones or any jewels placed on her, but you know, this is still a Disney limited edition doll, and rhinestones and little jewels are a staple for this line of dolls. So it's a really nice touch that they added it in, and it also has like a really nice texture to it. You can hear the sound, right? Yep. Anyways, where was I? So the dress is all one piece, so it comes down and they have this beautiful wrapped detail, like the dress is wrapped around her. I really love the texture, and I really love the details of the wrapping here. Really nice, and there are still a few more gems sprinkled out there. And she also has her gloves, which are a little bit of a different shade from the main part of the dress. So I think in the movie it was supposed to be like a leather glove of some kind. In the movie the gloves were much darker, but on the doll it's lighter, but still it's 2 different colors and 2 different materials as well. This is like soft, kind of stretchy, elasticy kind of material, and also have some jewels sprinkled around on the upper arm. It's really beautiful when they sparkle. Now we move on to the bottom part of the dress, or the tail, or the mermaid fin part of the dress. It's really nice. It flares out quite big. It does flare out quite big, and it does have a train. I will show you in a little bit later. So these white bits are intersected between the red, if you can see. So they're like stitched in between. This panel is red, white, goes back to red, and it has this triangle piece almost, the whites are. And also have lots of these like tattered pieces here, because in the context of the movie, this was a baroness dress from her collection, but she took it and she zhuzhed it up and put her own spin to it. So there are like all these shreds to make it look like tatters, and it's really cool. And this is the main part of the dress with more jewels and gems. And the cool thing is the jewels on the bottom part of the dress goes all the way around, as you can see. They didn't just stop at the front. Really love the tattered pieces. I only wish the tattered pieces were a little softer and a little lighter so that they can kind of flow behind her. But right now they're still the same material as the main part of the dress, and it feels a little stiff. But one thing to note about this fabric is that the edges are not hemmed at all. So they're cut in a jagged design here. It's supposed to be like that, you know, based on the movie. She put her own spin to it, so it's supposed to look jagged and edgy and kind of punk-ish, but I worry that over time they might fray off. And this is the back of the dress. So this neck piece attaches with its own little tiny piece of Velcro on the back. So you can undo it like this. And the whole part of the dress is also attached with Velcro. The fitting on this doll is phenomenal. I love how figure hugging it is. It's like hugged her body. It's like snatched. I was quite surprised that they gave her a waist stand instead of the usual saddle stand that goes between their legs, because I was like, this is such a beautiful dress, and you know, a saddle stand would have been perfect to just hide it under her dress. But I can see why they went with the waist stand, because I tried to put one of this is a Disney store saddle stand, by the way. I tried to put this on her, but it won't go through because the dress is actually quite tight and it actually cannot go all the way through to her thigh. So I can see why they did that. And also another reason is that her dress, at least the bottom part, the train is cut in like a circular shape. So it does have a train that goes on the back, but because of the stand pole blocking, it can't really flare out as it should be, as it's supposed to be. So let me show you without the stand. Okay, see how it kind of flares out to the back? It's so pretty. So it's unfortunate that the stand is blocking its way. All right, and last but not least are her shoes. Okay, I'm so excited about her shoes. Look at that. I hope you guys can see it clearly. I'm struggling a little bit, but she got brand new shoe molds, and her shoes, the straps are actual ribbons. They're not sculpted, so that is pretty awesome. And it's pretty surprising because Disney rarely does new shoe sculpts for these dolls. They always usually like to hide it under the dresses, but I am glad that they went all out and got a new sculpted shoe mold for her. And for the sole of the shoe, wait, let me see. It's actually a brown color, a beige color almost. Finally, we have her cane, her walking stick, however you want to call it. So it's sculpted very nicely. It has a silver handle for her to hold, and the details are sculpted very nicely. So it's not just like a plain old black stick. If my camera would focus, please. Thank you. Really nice. I love the paint job detail on the handle, a mix of the silver and the black. There's a little flower on the tip, and there's also a little indent here on the bottom, the pointy bit. And she can hold it quite nicely as well if you position her hand correctly. There we go. So overall, my final thoughts on this doll are all good. I can't find anything negative to say about her. I actually like every element of her. She is well made. I absolutely love it, and I'm glad that I am able to own her. That being said, there's only one thing missing from her. So I have given her a custom white hooded cloak that I commissioned from a local artist named Terry Jim, and it is beautiful and amazing. I really love how it turned out, and ever since the doll was announced, I knew she was missing something, and it was her cloak, and it's so beautiful. The only thing that we missed out here is that we misjudged the length of the sleeve hole and her white gloves, but either way, I am so happy with how it turned out. I really love how he did the linings on the cloak. I was really specific when I was telling him how I wanted the cloak, and I wanted the lines to be there, and I also wanted the cloak to be very long gown with a long train and a flowy material. So for the hood, it had to be a little bit oversized because the doll's hair is quite poofy, so we needed it big to be able to fit the hair. The cloak is fastened by a little snap button in the front, so you could flip it open and reveal the red dress underneath as well. And I am just so glad that it came out the way that I wanted. I couldn't be happier. So that is it, everybody. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe here on my channel so you get more doll videos in your video feeds. You can also check out my Instagram at Chaymie Creates for more toy photography because I'm going to be posting a lot of photos of her. So make sure you check me out there as well. Once again, thank you so much and I will see you all soon in my next video. Bye!